Super Mario Bros. Wonder has been out for a while, and I have a couple of things to say about it. I beat the game, and it was really good. The whole time I played the game, it put a smile on my face. Seriously, this game has surprised me in so many ways. Sometimes, it just got me laughing on how insane some of the levels are. I don't mean insane as in difficulty. I mean there are so many things that happen that are so unexpected. This video is going to contain spoilers, such as the final boss and other levels, so you have been warned. This game came out the same day as Spider-Man 2, and since Mario games are my favorite franchise of all time, I decided to play this one first. As of right now, I already beat the game. I'm currently playing Spider-Man 2, and I'll come back tomorrow later to 100% complete the game because I really want to experience everything this game has to offer. So I'm not completely done with every single level yet. I think this is my second official review in this channel. Let me know if there are any improvements I should do since I don't really do reviews. And show that you like the review by giving it a like. And for those of you who are new to my channel, before you know anything about me and what I even do on YouTube, subscribe. And if you forget to subscribe, don't worry, I'll just remind you at the end of the video. First of all, I love Mario games. 2D, 3D, side games. I love them all and I spend a lot of time playing them. I would have never guessed that I was going to be playing a brand new 2D Mario game this year. It's been so long since we got one. The last one was on the Wii U and we got a port of that on the Switch, so I really thought that was it. The Switch really is the best Nintendo console if you want to play Mario games on it. It has nearly every single 2D and 3D Mario game on it, and I am so grateful for that. When you first start the game, you are free to move around to get to know the controls and the feel of the game. I usually like to go to the settings of the game before I start playing to see what you can change. There I saw the controls of the game, and when I saw that you can swim in any direction while holding an item, I got so excited. This game feels so much like Super Mario World when it comes to the controls. You can kick items such as shells upwards and swim faster while holding an item. These are two moves that later Mario games stopped doing, and I'm so happy that they're back. The controls feel really good to control your character. You can play this game with either a D-pad or a control stick. I much prefer using a D-pad because it offers precise controls, especially if you want to move back and forth really fast. The control stick takes longer to do it. There's also a possibility that the control stick can accidentally press down as you turn to the other direction. This is bad, especially if you're in midair because it'll force you to make a ground pound. That could mess you up and stop the momentum you were building. Luckily, in the settings you can now disable that and crouch using the trigger. Nintendo really thought about you. Go to their YouTube channel and give them a like on any video. They'll appreciate it. But seriously, good job Nintendo. Now that we had all the time in the world to get used to the controls and are experts, we can now move forward to the story. You are celebrating and Bowser comes out of nowhere and steals the Wonder Flower. A very simple story as always, but I do gotta give it to Bowser on this one because the Wonder Flower is out in the open. Anyone can swipe in and get it. This flower is supposed to give you these crazy powers up to your imagination, and it's gone. If you want, you could put your own lore into this. Here's an example. After defeating Bowser and rescuing Peach in Super Mario World, Mario's adventure is over and they are going to take a vacation. That's when they go to the Flower Kingdom. Bowser wants to ruin Mario's vacation by blah blah blah. He doesn't want to kidnap Peach this time because he knows how that'll turn out. Then he discovers the Wonder Flower. One thing he loves as much as Peach is ultimate power. So he thinks of a master plan to get it. He realizes afterwards that he cannot because most of his minions have been defeated. So he sets up a new army within the Flower Kingdom. That's why there's new enemies. The day is finally coming. The day he could finally take revenge. And that Blue Toad. Blue Toad has been spying on him the whole time in Super Mario World. Blue Toad is the one who created the Wonder Flower and has a secret plan to finally stop Bowser once and for all. He sets up a force field around the Flower Kingdom and ensures that Bowser is nowhere nearby. But little did he know that Bowser was in the Flower Kingdom ahead of time and the decoy Bowser was just the Goomba. which is why the Wonder Flower is unprotected and he just shows up and grabs it. After turning into a castle, Bowser uses Blue Toad's own force field against him and uses it to protect himself. Now Blue Toad must keep the secret that it was his fault all along. He's going to wait until things get worse to tell his friends the truth so that he could get disowned by them. But it's okay because Blue Toad knows that his friends are going to go against Bowser and lose. And when they do, that's when Blue Toad will come back and say he's sorry. His apology gets accepted because the power of friendship. And if they don't accept his apology, he could just come back another day and say he's another Blue Toad because there are so many of them. It feels like a continuation from Super Mario World since you have the same moveset from that game. You can use what you learned from that game and apply it to this one. When you start the first level, the song that plays is so energetic and I love it. I like to imagine that the talking flowers are singing since they are everywhere in this game. This is pretty much the only song I can remember, to be honest. There is new music here instead of the same old songs we get from the new Super Mario Bros. Series. The game just came out and I haven't had the chance to replay it, so I'll get used to the music over time. The first Wonder Flower effect you get in the first level isn't that bad. The pipes move around and the stage becomes more alive. It's a good introduction to what's to come. You don't want to make the first level too long. Once you get to the second level, you get Piranha Plant singing. The second level of this game already has me laughing. Again, I want to warn you about spoilers because I'm about to talk about a later level. Okay, well there's another harder version of this level in the special world. Piranha Plant singing everywhere while bullet bills are flying to defeat you. I really love this level and it made me laugh so hard. The whole time I was in this level, I just kept thinking of those cartoons where they dance and show no interest while at the same time hurting the person they're up against. There are some break time levels where it's just minigames. I don't really mind them at all. Some of them feel like they have been inspired by Super Mario Maker, and I welcome that. They also have references to music from older Mario games to remind you of the previous adventures you took with Mario. There are so many characters to choose from. I mostly played as Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Daisy. I chose everyone else one time except for Nabbit. It kinda defeats the purpose since you have 4 different colored Yoshi in this game, unless you don't want to flutter jump or eat enemies while being invincible. There are some battleship levels that are pretty good and it gets harder as you progress. At first, I liked the Wonder Flower effect that made Bowser himself shoot you from the background, but after the second time it happened on another ship level, it was annoying and a missed opportunity to do something else with the level. Bowser Jr. is the only boss that you go against other than Bowser. They try to make it creative by changing the environment when facing him with 4 hits to defeat him this time. But at the end of the day, it's a glorified boom boom fight. I do like the one where he clones himself and it's too dark to see, but before you know it, it's over. If you start getting bored of this game and want to spice it up a bit, there are badges you can equip before each level. These badges can greatly change the way you play the levels. Before the game came out, I was so excited to use the grappling vine because I love to swing on things in video games. At the same time, I wasn't too excited for the crouching high jump because it feels like it's going to slow down the gameplay. After the game came out, my opinions for these badges have flipped. Whenever I want to reach something in this level, it's always too high to reach. I never had an issue with any horizontal reach, so the grappling vine was never really needed. But I would recommend using it over the wall climb jump since you can wall jump and use the vine to go back to the same wall. The crouching high jump on the other end was very useful. It does not take that long to charge up and I think it's the highest jump in the game. There is another floating high jump that forces you to jump high every single time, but it slows down your momentum. I think it's good to use your skill only when you need it. My favorite badge is the timed high jump. It makes you jump high as soon as you land. I like when games make you do time presses, like a bonus on an RPG or parry on a fighting game. Not quick time events, that's different. The character does great jumping animations as well when you do this jump. It looks so cool when you're using it in boss battles. It feels like you're in control of the battle. The last thing I gotta say about this game is the final boss, Bowser. I loved the final boss from New Super Mario Bros. For the DS, but it has been going downhill from there when it comes to 2D Mario games. So this is their chance to redeem themselves. When doing the final level, the level gets crazy. You see so many enemies that you've seen in previous worlds coming together to take you down. After going through the obstacles, you finally reach Bowser. Remember, they have been hyping this showdown before the game even came out. No new 2D Mario game in over 10 years, a new console, new mechanics, Blue Toad. There's even a movie that is made for Mario, so there are more fans than ever. The release date is finally here. We get through the final level, and what is this? The final boss is a rhythm-based minigame? Are you serious? The enemies are so easy to dodge. Usually in Mario games you get that it's not over yet moment, but we didn't get any of that this time. But enough of the YouTuber over exaggerating aside, it was alright. I like the beginning where it got you pumped up. It feels like all his minions are out there watching the both of you have that final fight. It was disappointing because Bowser doesn't really attack you. He kind of just watches you until you get a hit on him, which kind of takes you off of the immersion. Now when we stop and really think about it, comparing this final boss fight to all the other 2D Mario games, this was actually one of the best ones. Even iconic games like Super Mario World or Super Mario Bros. 3, this boss fight was way better. And just imagine if this exact boss battle was in the older games, it would hit different. All in all, this game is great. It is easily among the top 5 of my personal 2D Mario games of all time. Super Mario World is still my favorite, but it rivals even that. So my second favorite so far? I think I need more time with this game. It could go up or down throughout time. Now that I experienced almost every level's Wonder Flower effect, I'm afraid I may not get that same excitement I had now that I know what to expect. But I don't think that would be a problem, since I know what to expect from them. I could only get better at the game. Get this, only 7 worlds in this game. I don't count the special world as one, but it was considered world 9 in past Mario games. I mean, the game ended just right. It did not overstay its welcome. I wonder if there'll be DLC in the game, but it's still too early to talk about that. Unless you want a video idea topic as a YouTuber. Well, that's pretty much my review of the game. I loved playing it until the very end. A great quality game on its release with great animation at every glance. This game was put so much love into it. Even the credits are amazing to look at. Subscribe. I really enjoyed my time playing, and I am looking forward to what Mario has to bring. To be honest, this really feels like a new era for Mario, and I'm so glad it started with this game, a 2D Mario platformer. I really hope you also enjoyed playing this game as much as I did, and if you haven't played it yet, then I hope you get to experience this game one day, because playing it is so much different than just looking at it. Thank you for spending some of your time watching this video. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all later.